Hi everyone and welcome back to LL Sports TV. And I've got to say, as a lifelong Arsenal supporter, it pains me to have to say this, but Liverpool are the Premier League champions of the 2024-2025 season. They completed the job courtesy of a 5-1 thrashing of the hapless Tottenham at Anfield yesterday. In doing so, Liverpool have secured their second Premier League title. You may recall the first one they won back in 2019-20, 5 years ago. That was a COVID year. But they've won this year and they've won well. The league doesn't lie. The best team always wins a title. Liverpool have, let's be honest, they easily won the title this year with, 4 games left to play. And my congratulations to Liverpool. And it only remains for me to introduce the man to my left.
Thank you. That was
big man
was
Alex
nice.
from Alex Cop TV. I did text him yesterday.
Very classy that was, Laurie, because not everyone did that. I got a few texts, as you can imagine, but I had a couple Arsenal fans reach out and say, look, class, you deserve it, enjoy it, and you were one of them.
Oh, thank you, man.
So I really appreciate that.
No, it was genuine, it was sincere, because you know
me.
me, man, I love my sport. I used to play a lot of sport when I was a lot younger than I am now, and I appreciate, you know what I mean, winners. And you guys, like I said before, the league doesn't lie. You've won it comfortably. You were easily the best team this season. I've got no problem in saying that. And congratulations, man. I mean, and it's not just yourself I messaged Drifty, Callum and Matt.
Big them up. Coppish.
Coppish TV. Also mentioned my man
Drifty.
Doyle.
Yeah,
so
big up,
man.
Doyle.
So Alex, take it away. You were there yesterday. Tell the people what it was like.
It's the most incredible atmosphere I've ever experienced at Anfield in my 20 years of going there as a fan. Before the game, during the game, after the game, it was almost like the game got in the way of the party, to be honest, because obviously when the buses came in, they were greeted to, I think, 100,000 people outside the stadium at that point, plus the 60 inside. So, in terms of numbers and the noise and the colours, Virgil van Dijk in his press conference earlier on in the week pleaded for all Liverpool fans to show their support by wearing red. And sometimes there's this thing with local Scousers and local to Anfield, they say, we don't want to go to club shop, we don't want to wear red, we'll wear our own stuff. But when the captain says, wear red, it makes a difference. I'm telling you, I looked round, I've never seen the Kop that beautiful, I've never seen so many flags, never seen so many scarves. And from start to finish, yes, obviously we went down 1-0 early, but like I just said to you off camera, it was prodding the bear, shaking the lion's cage. And after that, there was only one team in the game, and as soon as we equalised, I knew, especially because we did it so soon after, 4 minutes difference, I was like, this could be a rout. And in the end, Jurgen Klopp won his first trophy for Liverpool against Tottenham. Arne wins his first trophy for Liverpool against Tottenham.
Wow.
So to actually see it in the flesh, man, because like I said, I support Liverpool because my family are from there. My mum worked in the Kop stand in the 70s. And it's like, I'm so thankful that she made me support Liverpool. A lot of people question, the story about why I support them. For me, there's never been any other team. And like Virgil said, it was always Liverpool.
You support, and you are a genuine
and I think people
Scouser,
can see that now.
He's born in Barnet,
not
far from where I live. I was at Camden. Okay.
But I was 3 days away from being born in Liverpool. So one guy actually came up to me yesterday and went, you're the half Scouser, half Cockney, aren't you? And I went, yeah, all right, I'll take that. So yeah, from start to finish,
Scouser.
bro, yeah, honorary.
You live up there now, right?
Yeah, I live there. I've lived there for 4 years now. So, luckily I experienced it inside the ground yesterday. And I will never forget that. I mean, I have had a shower. I know there's a lot of glitter in my hair. It's not from yesterday. It's from today's show. But I've had 2 hours sleep.
Wow.
I slept at 2 because my head was ringing. I got in at 1 and said, babe, I'm going to have to go in the spare room, because I need to watch highlights. I need to soak it in a bit. Wake up at 5, got the train down to London. There were still people out. I was walking through city centre at 5:45, bro. There was all sorts still going on.
I can imagine. No, the scenes look crazy. I mean, yesterday I was at home and I was flicking between your game and the FA Cup semi-final. And man, it was mad scenes. And the way you put Tottenham away was just kind of...
I knew we'd win.
It just kind of epitomised Liverpool this season. But tell us a little bit about Arne Slot, because I mean, it's his first season here. He's the first Dutch manager to win the Premier League. He came here. I know he had success in Holland with Feyenoord. But I must admit, I didn't know too much about him. He'd taken over from Jurgen Klopp, who, let's face it, is a legend, not just Liverpool legend, but Premier League legend. A lot of people thought that if not struggle, that he might, find it difficult in his first season. But tell the people, Alex, I mean, he's been sensational.
The best thing that Arne Slot could have imagined for was in Jurgen Klopp's last game against Wolves last year that I was at. He gets the microphone and gets everyone in the stadium to sing Arne
Yeah,
Slot.
he did, yeah.
And do you know how much pressure that takes away? And I was at that game, and when he said it, we were like, yeah, Arne Slot, but we don't really know this guy.
Yeah. It's true.
But we're only doing it because he's asked us to do it, and we love him so much. So when Arne yesterday got the mic and went, Jurgen Klopp, it was just full circle.
Yeah.
It's like a movie.
It's classy.
It's like a film.
Well, isn't it?
So classy.
Classy,
And to go back to your point, first Dutch manager to win the Prem. Obviously, comparisons being bold and Dutch go to Ten Hag. Quickly put them to the side. There's no way, them two are in the same level, really. But to have that kind of measured approach, because Klopp was basketball football. It was heavy
rock
metal,
and roll
up and down, rock and roll. It's different. We're not saying it's better or worse, but it's effective and it's efficient. Yes, he could have used the squad a bit more. He's obviously relied on maybe 14, 15 players throughout the season, but who's to complain? I mean, unless you're maybe Federico Chiesa or Nunes.
Well, that was one of the amazing things about the win, to be fair, is that you've hardly spent any money this season.
12
and the
mil
guy that you
Chiesa
did buy,
doesn't play.
yeah, I mean, he's had injury problems, and you've done all that.
Which makes me think, imagine when he spends a few
Whoa, that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, everyone should be worried, man.
Because I'm thinking, right, if he can do that
With no
in his
money.
first season with no money.
That's what on paper it
raw.
would tell you. Obviously, the mentality now is go and win it again. Liverpool have never retained the Premier League. And again, pundits and experts at the start of the season, some didn't even have us in the top four. And no one had us to win the league. I said trophy and top four would be great.
Yeah.
If you'd asked any Liverpool fan when Jurgen left, what would you want next season? This would have been at the top of the list, but we were also being realistic and no one expected this. So that's
Is it a
why
bit of a double-edged sword, though? Because you know what it's like. Once you've gone and won and stuff like that, yeah, you've got to do big things next season.
Second season syndrome, isn't it?
Yeah. Some people, if you don't win the league or the Champions next season, they'll regard that as failure.
But he's got such... The mad thing is as well, we've got such amazing balance in our squad, but we still need about 5 players.
Yeah.
Which, and we're going to obviously sell 4 or 5 as well. So there's a big summer ahead for Liverpool. We're probably going to get a new striker. You're in the market for a striker. United want a new striker. Chelsea want a new striker. City probably need a backup striker.
But you've retained the services of that man, Mo Salah.
Well, before the season's even finished as well. And I think what Mo Salah, Virgil and Trent, obviously that one, the last one, remains to be seen what he's going to do. I mean,
yeah, he's off.
He's off, but what an amazing experience for him yesterday. Mo Salah and Virgil would have gone to their agents last summer and gone, listen, before we sign it, a new one, let's see how I don't really know this guy, let's see how we get on, I don't know how good we're going to be, can we win a trophy? And then at the end of the season, I'll make a decision. But for him to have them both signed up in April, on the way to winning the Premier League, you almost have to give him credit, and Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards, but you have to give him credit for allowing them to do their thing. You can do your little shots at the board, I haven't been offered yet, you can do all that. But on the pitch, I'm the guy that's going to get the best out of you. He's unlocked Gravenberch, he's unlocked Soboslai.
Yeah, he's done amazing with Gravenberch.
He's unlocked, all these players that are performing at such a top level. He's done that in 8 months, and it's so different to Jurgen Klopp. Don't get me wrong. The fist pumps at the end of the game, we loved all of that. And Arne Slot's been so reserved, and yesterday, finally, he gave us a bit of emotion, because we don't mind you not being emotional, and that's what we thrive on. But actually, this guy's just come in and had a cool head.
He's got his own style.
Right, he's got his own style, and finally we saw him let off a bit of emotion yesterday, and
why wouldn't he?
And everyone else was as well, so why wouldn't he?
Yeah, man. I mean, we spoke about Mo Salah. I mean, was it something like 28 goals and 18 assists?
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, no,
and him signing a new contract is like a new player, really.
Like gold dust. Well, if he didn't go, you'd have to spend maybe 150 on 2 players to replace him.
So can you imagine if you bring in a striker worthy of the name? Bloody hell, that is going to be
Could
difficult.
be scary, man.
But I've got to say, man, as much as I like Mo Salah, Alex will know because I've had this conversation with him many times. We've wound each other up as well.
Yeah, a lot.
But that man at the back, Virgil van Dijk, man, that is the foundation of what everything else is built on, in my opinion. I mean, don't get me wrong, you got some real star-studded quality. I mean, the goalkeeper, Alisson, brilliant.
Yeah. So
you know what I mean? Konate, Gravenberch, all the way through. But Virgil, man, to me, that is the rock, the captain.
He's the rock, he's the leader, he's the communicator, he's the aggressor, sometimes he's the match winner.
Yeah.
His experience of obviously winning a Prem title alongside Robbo, Mo, Definitely missing out some. Allison.
So many.
Yeah, they've got us. I'm sure there's another one, but they've got us over the line, and that experience counts for so much. When it gets to April, May, and you're looking around the dressing room, going, "Who's been here before? Who's going to guide us to get across this line?" And it was him. He was so hungry for it, alongside Mo Salah, who promised fans in a tweet last year, he's like, "We're going to do everything we can to win this title." But he was saying that knowing that Klopp wouldn't be there. It's almost like delusion a little bit, because at the time, obviously you're going to fight and try and win a trophy, but to be that sure, knowing there's a new manager coming in, new style. Mo Salah said to Arne Slot, "Listen, you know, like that man on Sunday League, they're like, yo, I ain't tracking back today, just leave me up top, just ping him into me." He said on Sky yesterday, he's like, I spoke to him and I said, to get the most out of me, the numbers that I'm trying to reach, because he's got his own personal targets he wants to hit, leave the defensive stuff, and Szoboszlai can come cover on that right hand side if you need it. But he's just an output machine. I mean, the goal...
He gets the numbers. And you know what? To me, that makes perfect sense. I've always said, you shouldn't always just... A lot of football teams in the league now, and listen, I know it's a subject for another day, but I've been banging on about this for a while. Not everyone can play the same type of football. Just because you are, you know what I mean, other teams deploy this high press and chasing back, and all, it doesn't mean to say every team has to do it. And they found a style or a way of playing that suits Mo Salah, and you're seeing with the numbers, man, it makes sense.
We just let him do what he does. You don't really need to coach Mo Salah. He's so determined and focused, and he wants to leave the sport of football with his name right up there. And I'm talking like right up there. So, and actually, at the top level, when he came, Arne Slot came, Mo Salah's got more experience than Arne Slot at a top level winning stuff. So you almost go, sweet, no worries, you do what you got to do. I'll make sure everything else around you is covered. So the numbers, man, if he can get to 30 goals and 20 assists in the Prem, I mean, he needs 2 more of each, and there's 4 games to go.
And let's face it, the supporting cast is not bad as well. I mean, we spoke about Gravenberch. I mean, what Arne Slot's done with him.
Unlocked
I think it's fair to say that under Klopp, he wasn't really featuring
he was hit and miss
heavily. But this season, he's been phenomenal in that new role he's been assigned to. He still managed to get the best out of other. I mean, McAllister's been really good as well. Szoboszlai's a good player. There's good players throughout.
The balance, and everyone laughed, you know, in 2023 when we were going for Lavias, the Caicedos, got bids rejected. In that summer, we bought Endo, McAllister, Szoboszlai, and Gravenberch was already... No, I think he was that season as well. And people underplayed it. They said, I don't know, you know, World Cup winner in McAllister, but Szoboszlai improving in the Prem. Gravenberch has had a year, hasn't really kicked off yet. So the balance that we have in that midfield, and McAllister, man, the goals, he never scores shit goals. He will score left foot, right foot, 20 yard, 30 yard. The goal yesterday was a joke, really, when you think about the time he had. He didn't have much time. Wraps it away. Gakpo's been unlocked a bit as well. He's got 17 goals this season.
He's been amazing.
Diaz 17 goals as well this season.
In fact, Diaz is looking really hot.
Diaz, right, bro, he started off.
The knock on him before was that he's a very good player. His approach play is great, but the finishing has not been too good. I guess the only question mark, if I may say so, arises over your centre forward.
I mean, big question marks.
Yeah,
big ones.
I mean, you know, he's been a bit hit and miss. I mean, one thing you can say about him is that he does try. He doesn't go hiding. But he's not the most prolific in front of goal.
No.
But I think, is there a fair chance he might move on this season?
Yeah, I think it's 3 years now. You've obviously won trophies at Liverpool, don't get me wrong, and he's played some massive roles. You think of, you know, Brentford away this season, Newcastle away last season. He has popped up Forest away last season. He's a maverick. You can't really box him in. He's a chaos merchant. And even when he came on yesterday, he had the whole pitch to run into in the last minute and still made the wrong decision. And someone might unlock a real player there one day. But do you know what? He's going to leave with the Premier League winners medal wrapped around him. Someone else, he can be someone else's headache. And maybe Jota leaves as well. I know
Jota's been good for you.
He's been good. This season he's been poor, but he scored the winner in the derby a few weeks ago.
He reminds me a little bit of Trossard.
Yeah, I'd go along with that in terms of cutting in, being a nuisance. But yeah, if we get rid of Nunes, or not get rid, if we sell Nunes this summer, obviously we've got to replace him. So you know, the market is open.
As long as you don't get Isak.
Well, I don't think anyone's getting him.
Yeah, you know what? It's starting to.
I've moved on from him. I'm quite happy to.
Who do you want then?
Well, do you know what? With Liverpool, we never really go for the obvious choice. We'll do our data-driven analysis. We might pick someone up like a Sadio Mane or a even a Salah, to be honest, who were potential players but hadn't really done it at the top level. So I don't know, like we might go for Ekitike. Obviously, Gyökeres and Sesko are doing well, but it wouldn't surprise me if Liverpool go a bit left field and buy someone that maybe you've not heard too much about. So we'll see.
That sounds very
Massive
Liverpool.
summer, though.
Do that.
We do. We just pop up.
Explore that South American market or whatever. And
We
come
like
up
that
with
market.
A player.
We like that one
all
there.
of a sudden.
So who knows, man? Listen, the summer's massive in terms of incomings, outcomings, but for me now, this summer yes, you've got the 2 big contracts out of the way. Trent's going to go. First 2 boxes, big tick. Now it's like, with the money we're going to get from winning the league, with the sales money, what we did last year, the last time we won the league, we went and bought Thiago and Jota. They both got really badly injured.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And we almost need another summer like that where you don't rest on your laurels. You don't go, oh, we've won the Prem, like, we're good. This is where you go and spend again to ensure you've got the best chance to go and try at least to do what City have done. Try and win 2 in a row. Once you get there, your mentality goes, oh, imagine 3.
Yeah.
And once you get there, anything can happen. So it's all about
hopefully next season we will do our best to prevent that from happening. Because,
Listen, bring it on. Who won Tess?
It's been a disappointing campaign for us, to be honest. Premier League, we've still got the Champions League.
Still.
As I speak today. But listen, you just have to hold your hands up and say, congratulations, Liverpool. They've been the best team. I mean, a lot of people, myself included, thought that if City dropped off this season, then we would be right there to capitalise, having finished twice the 2 previous seasons, for any number of reasons. I'm not going to go into them now. We weren't able to bridge that gap. Liverpool did, and they've been, as I said earlier in the show, the best team in the Premiership by some distance, as evidenced by winning a title with 4 games to go. So it only leaves me to say, congratulations, Alex.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, man.
You deserve it. Well done.
It's been a long time coming.
From an Arsenal perspective, we hope that we'll be doing a reverse next season. You'll be hosting a show, congratulating me, and I'll be able to sit here waxing lyrical about how great
Well,
Arsenal
listen,
is.
if you win the league, if you win the Champions League, you're going to get all the congratulations that you rightly deserve, because as you said, the table doesn't lie. But we're hungry for more. So
I like it.
come and get us.
Well, that's
Who won Test?
yeah. But anyway, thanks, Alex. Respect. There he goes. He's holding up that trophy. He's borrowing it.
Glitter in my hair.
He's borrowing it until next season when we finally get our hands on it.
Go on.
But listen, congratulations. Thanks for coming on the show. Really appreciate it.
Big up.
Thanks everybody for watching LL Sports TV. Really appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, please like, share and subscribe. We are out. Catch you on the next one.